Hi guys, so I'm going to walk you through how to do remote spot picking with Arizona LaserCron. If you haven't already, you'll need to download Chromium and you'll need to contact Teledyne to get a product key for that application. You'll also need to download the materials provided in your projects page, which you can find right here on the main Arizona LaserCron web page. So once you have those two things going, you'll want to open up Chromium. And you'll want to import the mosaic that we've provided with your project. So import image, navigate to your folder that you've downloaded with your materials in it, navigate into mosaics, and go ahead and pull up a relevant mosaic. And then we'll want to also pull in the related scan list for this. And these scan lists basically are related to these 4 coordination points located at the corners of each mosaic, so these little drilled holes. And what this will let us do is retroactively geolocate all of the new spots that you pick. So you'll just want to go to recall experiment, oops, navigate into that same desktop folder, and go ahead and navigate into scan lists. And in this case, we're looking at mosaic 137, so we want the scan list that's also labeled mosaic 137, and hit open. And what you'll notice is that it's pulled in 4 points on the 4 corners of our image, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and those appear over here in our scan list. And when you first get Chromium, it will often be set to just show numbers, so 1, 2, 3, and 4 instead of our actual labels, spot 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if you go to View Settings and change Scan Labels to description instead of numbers, that should remedy that problem. So then we'll want to pull in a scan list that is pertinent, a scan list template that's pertinent to whatever type of sample you're picking. So to do that, you'll go to recall experiment. It's going to ask you if you want to keep or delete the scans that are currently in here. We need these 4 coordination spots, so just hit no. And then go ahead and navigate to the folder that we provided called scan list templates, and pull in a template that fits with whatever type of sample and number of grains you want to target. And so you'll notice that it just populates them at random points into the screen. And so we'll need to go ahead and navigate to the reflected light image to figure out where our standards are on our sample. And so this is essentially the maps that you would have in person if you were here. So in this case, the top of the sample is R33, below that's FC, and finally at the bottom we have SL. So if we come back into Chromium, you're going to primarily use 2 functions in Chromium. They're up here in the upper left-hand corner. So select, drag, and navigate sample. So if you click on select, drag, and draw a box around, say, all of your R33s, oops. If you draw a box around all of your R33s, if you hold down Shift while clicking one of the plus signs, you should be able to grab all of your R33s at once and bring them roughly up to where R33 lives on the mount. Now if I change to navigate sample, I can then click on that area and zoom in, and I can place my R33s. And when we're selecting standards, we want to make sure that we use all of the standards we can, and that we're avoiding cracks and inclusions. So notice that I'm choosing nice clean areas on these grains. And then you'll want to go ahead and do the same thing with your other standards. So I'm going to draw a big box around FC. I'm in select, drag. I can hold down Shift at the same time as grabbing one of those little plus symbols, pull them up to roughly where FC lives, and start selecting my standard spots. There's a whole nother video on spot selection, which I'd encourage you to watch. The key things you want to keep in mind are use all of your standards, don't delete out standard spots, avoid cracks and inclusions, and shoot more than a half diameter from another pit or from the edge of the grain. So a sample that's placed like this isn't going to be great. Once you've picked all your standards, you'll want to do the same thing for your unknowns. So these live down here. You can zoom in, and you can use the backscattered electron image that was provided to you, or cathodoluminescence imaging, depending on what type of sample you have, to help you identify what's zircon and what's not zircon. So we're looking for backscattered electron images. We're looking for grains that have the same coloration as the standards. And so in this case, this would be a zircon, this would be a zircon, this would be a zircon, this would be a zircon. And so I can navigate back into chromium and navigate back to that same little area and start putting those spots onto those grains that we've just identified as zircon. Now, once you've done this for all of your spots and you're happy with where everything is picked, you can save your scan list by coming to Save Experiment. You'll want to change the file type to a scan CSV. And make sure you use whatever name we originally gave you with, picked or something like that, _picked. And then once you've created that file, you can just send that back to us and we'll be able to get your run going for you.